Have you ever wondered why your eyesight feels blurrier in the morning than it used to? Or why reading small print suddenly feels like a struggle, even though you haven't changed anything in your routine? And here's a tougher question. What if one tiny habit you do every single morning is quietly making things worse? Most people over 60 never suspect it because it seems harmless. But this one habit may be stressing your eyes before your day even begins. And today, you're finally going to understand what's happening and how to fix it. Protecting your eyesight after 60 is one of the smartest things you can do for your independence. And here's the surprising truth. Vision doesn't simply fade with age. It changes because of the small habits you repeat every day. Some help your eyes, some strain them, and the first minutes of your morning matter more than you think. The good news? Once you know what's hurting your eyes, you can take back control quickly. You might notice the early signs already. A little morning blur, a slight struggle to focus, a feeling that bright light is too much the moment you open your curtains. Many people assume this is normal. But those little changes may be gentle warnings from your eyes. They can signal dryness, fatigue, or oxidative stress, the slow, quiet kind of strain that builds up over the years. Not a medical emergency, not a diagnosis. Just your eyes trying to tell you they need a different kind of support. Think of your eyes like a door hinge. When it's dry or stiff, it squeaks. It doesn't break suddenly, it just needs better care. Your eyes behave the same way. They need time, lubrication, and gentle light before taking on the brightness of the day. But if the very first thing they face is a blast of strong light or a bright screen, they react with discomfort. Not because they're old, but because they haven't warmed up yet. That's where the morning mistake comes in. Most people wake up and immediately turn on overhead lights, grab their phone, or open the curtains wide. It feels normal. It feels harmless. But your eyes aren't ready for that jump from darkness to brightness. As we age, the transition becomes slower, the tear film becomes thinner, and your retina takes a little longer to adjust. That sudden exposure is like asking your eyes to sprint the moment they wake up. But here's the encouraging part. When you correct this habit, your eyes often feel clearer, calmer, and more comfortable. When you wake them gently, they perform better all day. And that's exactly what this episode is here to teach you. By the end, you'll understand the mistake, why it affects people over 60 more strongly, and the simple correction you can start tomorrow morning. So stay with me, your vision is worth protecting. And this small shift in your morning routine might make a bigger difference than you expect. Now that you understand why your morning habits matter, let's talk about the foods that can genuinely support clearer, more comfortable vision. And the best part? These aren't strange superfoods or expensive supplements. They're simple, everyday foods you may already enjoy. What really makes the difference isn't just what you eat. It's when you eat it. Timing plays a quiet but important role in how well your body uses certain nutrients. And if you're over 60, this becomes even more valuable. Your digestion slows slightly. Absorption can shift. But don't worry, this is completely normal and surprisingly easy to work around. And in this section, I'll show you exactly when each type of food can help your eyes the most. Let's start with green vegetables, spinach, kale, collards, and other leafy greens. These foods contain natural pigments called lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of them as gentle internal filters that help your eyes handle light more comfortably. They don't cure eye problems, and they're not magic shields, but they do give your eyes extra support. Blue light from screens and strong sunlight can penetrate more deeply into the eye, especially as you age. These pigments may help reduce that strain, and you don't need complicated recipes. Simply sauté or steam your greens for 2 to 3 minutes. Cooking lightly helps release more of the nutrients. Then add a small amount of healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, sesame oil, or a sprinkle of nuts. These pigments absorb far better with fat than without. Next, let's talk about fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, anchovies, and trout are excellent sources of omega-3s, especially DHA. DHA is a major building block of the retina. When levels are low, people often notice symptoms: dryness, burning, or difficulty focusing at night. Low DHA levels are associated with inflammation and tear film instability, especially in older adults. Eating fatty fish 2 or 3 times per week can offer steady support, but make sure you choose low-mercury options. Salmon, sardines, and trout are generally safer choices. Large fish like king mackerel or certain types of tuna contain more mercury and may not be ideal for older adults. And if you simply don't enjoy fish, don't worry, you can still get plant-based omega-3s from walnuts, chia seeds, and ground flaxseed. They're not identical to DHA, but they can still contribute meaningfully to overall eye comfort. Now let's move to berries, particularly blueberries and blackberries. These vibrant fruits contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that may help protect the tiny blood vessels that support your vision. This is especially important for older adults or anyone managing blood sugar. Berries don't fix circulation issues, but they can be a helpful part of your routine. Many people find that having berries in the afternoon gives them a natural lift. That's also the time of day when eye strain tends to peak, especially if you use screens. The antioxidants in berries can support your eyes during this period of higher stress. Fresh or frozen both work well. Just aim for a small handful a day. These simple foods can gently support your eyes and fit easily into your day. Mornings can feel strange for your eyes, especially as you get older. You open the curtains, step outside, or look at your phone, and the light feels stronger than you expected. It's not dangerous, but it can create a noticeable strain, almost like stepping into bright sunlight after sitting in a dim theater. Many people over 60 describe this as heaviness, fuzziness, or a moment of adjustment. This experience doesn't mean your eyesight is failing. It simply means your eyes need a bit more time to wake up gently. And understanding this morning transition can help you protect your vision and start your day with more comfort. Think of your eyes the way you would think of your muscles. A sprinter wouldn't jump into a full-speed run the moment they get out of bed. Your eyes work in a similar way. After hours of sleep, the tear film is thinner, blinking is slower, and the surface of the eye is a little drier than usual. Many seniors notice that mornings come with more dryness than the rest of the day, and research suggests that lubrication levels can naturally decrease with age. This is normal, not a sign of damage, and it simply means your eyes respond better when they're eased into activity. When bright light hits them immediately, it may feel overwhelming, not because your retina is overworking, but because your eyes haven't fully adjusted yet. A gentle start goes a long way. That's why so many people experience foggy or hazy mornings. The world looks a little softer, colors look dull, or text feels harder to focus on. These changes often fade after a few minutes as blinking increases and your tear layer stabilizes. But there are simple habits that can make this transition even smoother. Small adjustments can help your eyes feel clearer and more comfortable as the morning unfolds. You may not get dramatic, instant results, but you can absolutely reduce strain and support your overall visual comfort. And these habits tend to make a noticeable difference over time. One of the most common morning triggers is sudden exposure to bright light. The challenge isn't the sunlight itself, it's the abruptness. When you walk from a dark bedroom into a sunlit kitchen, or look at your phone before your eyes have adjusted, the shift can feel harsh. Morning eyes are naturally more sensitive, so intense light can make things feel blurry or overwhelming for a moment. It's not a concentrated beam or anything harmful, it's simply too much, too soon. This repeated morning strain can add up throughout the week, making your eyes feel fatigued earlier in the day. Here's the good news. You can change this pattern easily. A few simple morning habits can help your eyes adjust more comfortably. Think of it as giving your vision a warm-up before you take on the day. Small steps, like opening curtains gradually, giving your eyes a moment before checking screens, or using softer lighting at the start of your routine, can make a big difference in how your morning vision feels. These habits don't reverse eye conditions, but they do support clearer, more comfortable mornings. Now that we've talked about easing your eyes into the morning instead of shocking them with sudden brightness, let's focus on two simple habits that often get overlooked but can make your mornings feel noticeably more comfortable: blinking and hydration. These may sound almost too simple, but many people, especially adults over 60, naturally blink less first thing after waking, which means their tear film spreads more slowly across the surface of the eye, and when that protective layer is thin, even normal light can feel sharper, harsher, and more irritating than it truly is. Think of blinking as a gentle reset button. Every time you close and open your eyes, you help spread your natural moisture more evenly. Instead of imagining it as a shield, picture it as smoothing a thin, soothing layer over the eyes so that everything feels softer and clearer. This isn't about making dramatic changes, it's just about giving your eyes a little more comfort during those first 10 minutes of the day, when they're still adjusting. You don't need to force anything. Simply being mindful of a few slow, complete blinks can make the transition from darkness to daylight feel much easier for many people. Hydration plays a role too, though not in a strict or medical way, more in a comfort-based sense. When you sip a little water in the morning, you're supporting your body as it starts rebalancing after hours of sleep. Some people notice that staying hydrated helps their eyes feel less dry and less sensitive when they first face the light. It's not about being perfect or following strict rules. It's just another small step that can support overall comfort. Once your eyes have had these few minutes of gentle activation, soft light, a bit of blinking, maybe a sip of water, the brighter parts of your morning usually feel much more manageable. We're not saying bright light suddenly becomes harmless or that it stops affecting you. Instead, what changes is how ready your eyes feel when they meet it. Instead of going from 0 to full brightness instantly, you're giving yourself a smoother, kinder transition. And for many people, that difference feels meaningful, even if it's subtle. The key idea is not to expect dramatic results, but to notice the small shifts, slightly less squinting, a bit more comfort, or a gentler start to the day. You're not fixing anything. You're simply cooperating with how the eyes naturally prefer to adjust. These habits don't replace medical care, but they can support your mornings, help reduce unnecessary strain, and give you a calmer, more comfortable start. You've now seen how simple adjustments, easing into the light, giving your eyes a moment to settle, blinking with intention, and staying gently hydrated, can make mornings feel far more comfortable. It brings everything together in one clear, calm routine you can start using tomorrow. Nothing complicated, nothing extreme. Just a few steady habits that many people say help their eyes feel more at ease as the day begins. Start by giving yourself a short pause before facing any bright light. There's no need for dramatic effort. Simply open your eyes slowly, let the room come into focus at its own pace, and take a few breaths. This small moment can make the next step feel much smoother. Once you're upright and beginning to move around, introduce some indirect light. That might mean turning on a lamp with a shade, opening the curtains halfway, or stepping into a brighter area gradually instead of all at once. You're not protecting the eyes from danger, you're just avoiding that sudden jump in brightness that often feels uncomfortable when you've just woken up. Many people notice that this smoother transition helps reduce the instinct to squint and makes mornings more pleasant. As your eyes adjust, add 2 simple habits. A few slow blinks and a sip of water. These take only seconds, but they create a sense of ease. When you blink fully, you help your natural tear film spread evenly across the eye. When you hydrate, you support your body as it wakes up again after a night of rest. Neither step is a miracle solution, but together they can help your eyes feel a little clearer, a little less sensitive, and more prepared for the day ahead. Now, once you feel steady and ready, brighter light becomes more manageable, not because anything changed medically, but because you gave your eyes time to transition, and that's often all they need. Many viewers tell me they begin experiencing calmer, softer mornings just from adopting this one routine. You may notice the same. Even small shifts in how your eyes feel can make mornings easier, whether you're reading, checking your phone, or stepping outside. What matters most is consistency. These gentle habits work best when they become part of your daily rhythm. You're not aiming for perfection, you're building a morning environment that supports your comfort instead of fighting against it. It's a simple gift you can give yourself every day. And now, before we close, I want to genuinely thank you for watching. If this routine feels helpful, or if you've experienced any small improvements, I'd love to hear from you. Your comments help others feel less alone in their journey with aging eyes. If you'd like more practical, calming tips designed specifically for people over 60, make sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and continue on to the next video in this series. There's still so much you can do to support clearer, more comfortable mornings, and I'll guide